Namaste everyone, this is Sandeep and welcome to my channel Only Study by Sandeep Dhiman. We were discussing lesson number 7, human environment, settlement, transport and communication. Settlement we had already discussed. We had discussed how man lived in earlier times, then after how he developed and how he made some inventions for his convenience. Now we'll discuss today, we'll start transport and communication. So transportation, first of all we need to know what is transportation. So transportation is the movement of people and goods from one place to another, right? If we talk about prehistoric time, then people normally traveled on foot and they used to transport goods on their heads or on their back. Then after they invented wheel and they started using log carts, and then after there was development in science and technology, and the transport and the communication facilities now have grown rapidly. The role of transport is very important in the development of a country. The pace of development depends upon the level of infrastructure and road facilities. If you have a good road network, good transport network, not road, good transport network, then it will help the people to move and to move things from one place to another, and it helps or it influences the social development also, and there is a great impact on the economic development of a place. Transport system connects cities and towns with one another, which helps the people to send surplus production. Surplus means extra, okay, to different markets, and in return the country gets good economic growth. Clear? And if we talk about the backwardness of some regions, then Gyre Basin and Tundra Basin region, they are backward regions just because of lack of transport facilities. And if we talk about Indo-Gangetic plains of India and industrial regions of Europe, then we know they are very well developed. Why they are very well developed? Due to proper transport facilities. And transport network also helps the people to open remote areas or inaccessible areas of the world. Okay, so transport plays an important role in the development of a country. It is very helpful for the industrialization of a place. Raw materials can be easily transported from one place to another or from farms to factories. So transport is the lifeline of a country. Okay, then after we talk about modes of transport. So 5 modes of transport are there. How many? 5. Which one is first one? Roadways, then railways, then waterways, then airways, then pipelines. We will discuss them one by one. So what do you know about road transport? So it is used for the movement of passengers and goods from shorter distances. Shorter distances. Clear? If you want to, suppose you want to go from Kangu to Glode, which mode of transport you will use? Of course, you can't hire a plane, a chopper, okay, or you can't call a train. Clear? So this is important for shorter distance roadways, and it is very swift and efficient means, and it provides door to door service, and it helps to transport perishable items like fruits and vegetables to distant market with speedy movement. Okay, the perishable items, they need to transport fast, so road transport helps this with a speedy movement. Okay, and the construction and maintenance of roads is cheaper as compared to other means of transport. Suppose if you want to make a or construct a railway track, it will be very costly. On the other hand, road construction and maintenance is cheaper. One more thing is very important. Hilly areas, in hilly areas, road transport is very important because there is either the other transports are not possible or very expensive. Clear? A very developed road transport system reduces the social, political, and economic distance among the people of different cultural backgrounds. I hope up to here roadways is clear to you. What is there about the roadways? This is very cheaper, not very cheaper, but this is cheaper as compared to other means, and this provides door to door service, and it is good for shorter distances. Clear? So these are the advantages of road transport or roadways. Then after, if we talk about railways, earlier I had said transport is the lifeline of a country, but virtually it is about the lifeline of it is about the railways are virtually called the lifeline of a country, and it is used for the movement of worky goods and large number of passengers, heavy goods. Okay, if you want to transport heavy goods, then to longer distances, then this railways is very useful. It also brings people closer from farthest corners of the country, and long distances are difficult to travel by road, so railways provide most comfortable and less expensive transport facility. Now look here, if we talk about the largest railway line in the world, then Trans-Siberian Railways, this is the name of this track, Trans-Siberian. Okay, and it links St. Petersburg to Vladivostok in Russia. Clear? Then after, if we talk about railways, then in earlier times coal engines were used, but now there are diesel engines and electrical engines. Electrification of railways have reduced the pollution, and it helped in carrying larger number of passengers from one place to another. And now there is advancement in the technology, so very fast moving trains like Rajdhani and Shatabdi have been introduced on railway tracks in India, and they are also used railways are also used for shorter distances in metro cities like Kolkata, Delhi, Mumbai, Bengaluru, Jaipur, Chennai, etc. Here is the metro facility. Okay, so people used metros for shorter distances here. Then after, we have waterways, the third means of transport. So which one is the cheapest mode of the transport is waterways, and it is used for heavy and bulky goods, and waterways are very beneficial for countries which are located on the river bank. Nowadays ships are mechanized with the modern facilities, and they can transport hundreds of passengers and vast amount of goods from one place to another, one country to another. Okay, and they are known as floating towns. Big ships with modern facilities, they are called floating towns. Clear? This is the cheapest and very beneficial. And floating towns, big ships are known as floating towns. These things you need to remember. Next we have airways. This is the latest and fastest. Which one is the fastest? Airways. But this is relatively expensive, and it has reduced the distances and converted the world into a unit. Just like a village, it has united the world, and it is highly suitable for those areas where railways and roadways cannot be constructed or very difficult to convert. Clear? If you want to go to London, so you can't make a road or construct a roadways or railways to London, so you need to use plane. Clear? So airways is very important. It is fastest but expensive, but suitable for those areas where railways and roadways cannot be constructed. Next we have pipelines. This is important thing, and questions from here always asked in the examination. So this is the most recent. We read about the roadways, very convenient. Then after we read about waterways, cheaper. Then after railways, also cheaper and very useful. Then after airways, fastest but expensive. Now let's see this pipelines. So pipelines are used to transport liquid and gaseous materials like mineral oil, water, natural gas, and solids, slurry forms like iron ore, rock phosphate, etc. And HBJ, Hazirabad, Bijapur, Jagdishpur gas pipelines are very famous. Okay, so sometimes question is asked, what do you understand by HBJ? So Hazirabad, Bijapur and Jagdishpur gas pipeline. Then after we have this natural gas pipeline. This is natural gas pipeline, and this is not natural pipeline, this is natural gas pipeline, runs through 4 states. Very important: Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and UP. Clear? I hope up to here everything is clear. Gas lines or pipelines are used to transport liquids or gases, and HPJ, Hazirabad, Bijapur, Jagdishpur gas pipeline is very famous. It runs through 4 states: Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and UP. Then after, next we have communication. What do you understand by communication? Exchange of ideas or views from one person to another. Okay, it can be at personal level, means you are talking to your friend, or at mass level you are talking to a larger crowd. Okay, or to a country we can say, or to the world we can say. Okay, communication networks is very important in exchanging knowledge and ideas, which contributes to economic development. Not only to economic development but also to social, culture and other developments also. Okay, it helps in developing social relationships and unity. And during natural calamities like floods, droughts, etc., the means of instant communication such as TV, radio, flash news, they help a lot. Okay, then after, if we talk about the olden times, then pigeons were used. Pigeons, birds, okay, they were used. But then after, post, telegraph, newspaper, magazine, radio, television, telephone, etc., they were developed, and they helped in the communication a lot. Now satellite is very powerful medium of communication in the world, and it provides television facility where you can talk to the not only to a state, a country, but also to the world. Okay, computer is also very important. We know about this. It has revolutionized the process of communication through email, internet, CDs, pen drive, laptop, etc. And we can get any information about entire world while sitting at home and using computer. This is all known to everyone. So this is all about the chapter. In next lesson we'll discuss the question answers of this lesson. Your homework is find out extra questions of the lesson, minimum 15 questions, 15 extra questions you will find out and write on your rough notebook. Okay, thank you.